Hey guys, Jill here with the Pet Bistro and Dr. Cole, as well as Tango. If you guys stopped in today, Tango's been running around the store. So just wanted to chat a little bit. We had an incident with Tango about a month ago, and we've been doing some chiropractic care here on a weekly basis, and we've just seen some really awesome improvements. So about 4 weeks ago, we had an incident in our home where we were standing in the kitchen having a conversation, and Tango, in his usual Bengal ways, went to jump from the floor to the top of our refrigerator, and I was standing there. I could see that he wasn't actually going to make it to the top, so I went to put my hand under his butt and kind of prop him up to the top of the refrigerator, and when I did that, I actually scared him. And we have a refrigerator that has French-style front doors, and however this happened, one of those freak accident things, he went to turn around to jump off the fridge and somehow got his back leg into the door handle, wedged into the door handle, and tweaked himself going backwards. So as if, your whole body's morphing and going in a way that it shouldn't be going, and something is stuck. So we did some quick assessment with him, made sure that there wasn't a broken leg, but we could obviously tell that it was bothering him. He had some lameness, didn't really want to use it that night, kind of laid low for the evening, and I think that was like on a Saturday or Sunday night. So Tuesday we were able to bring him in and see Dr. Cole for an appointment. So I think he's come a long way in 3 weeks.
For sure, absolutely.
And if you could maybe remember back 3-4 weeks ago now, what kind of some of the initial misalignments were, and where he was out of alignment.
Yeah, for sure. Well, obviously the way Tango fell, it kind of wrenched him in ways that he wouldn't normally be. And so I think that tweaking on his back leg is really what more or less twisted his whole pelvis and his right back leg up. So that's when you're going to get a little bit of lameness and that sort of thing. The good thing was his front end was actually pretty good, as was the majority of his back. It was pretty much located right in his pelvic region, which is understandable based on, the situation at hand.
Right.
All of it was really minor. He had a little bit of what I might describe as a sprain strain in a knee and in his knee as well, which isn't uncommon to have a little bit of soft tissue involvement. But him being a cat, and cats often responding a lot faster to chiropractic than definitely people, but even more so than dogs, he actually responded really well even after just the first adjustment. I mean, his lameness went down significantly. We just worked on his knee and his hips, and within just a couple of weeks, I mean, he's practically back to his normal crazy self. Not saying that he wasn't crazy back then anyway, but he was just a little bit lame in addition to being crazy. So the cool thing is, you guys didn't let it fester, didn't let it just ride itself out and hope that it would get better. A lot of people end up doing that, especially with cats, because they're really good at hiding injury like that.
Sure.
So when they do show lameness, it's so important to get them worked on and checked out, because had that festered, that would be something later down the road where you might have some arthritis or something like that in a joint that you don't understand where it's coming from, or even he could have compensated for it in his front end and have issues up there too. So
Sure.
It's really good that you guys got on top of it, and it just shows you how quickly these guys can really heal up without having to go necessarily a conventional route. It's not always a near-death experience. Sometimes
Sure.
it's a really manageable thing, which just like with him, it really was not a big deal at all.
Right. And I will tell you, initially that evening we did give some homeopathic arnica just to help with the fall, the bruising, the pain, kind of some pain management with that.
Yeah, for sure.
So Tango is a cat that doesn't care for essential oils. So we avoided that just because he can be kind of sensitive. And even that evening I tried to do some cranial sacral therapy with him, and he was like, didn't want anything done. He just wanted to go and hide in his kennel with the other cats and sleep and not be bothered. So I did some distance energy work on him, but he didn't even want me touching him or trying to help him that night. He was pretty content how he was. So, but we've been really happy and excited that just in a couple adjustments that he's come a long way, and we haven't seen any issues with him when he's playing, or he back to jumping from the floor to the top of the fridge. He's been back at those antics, so absolutely. He's a fun boy.
Yeah.
So how often from now going forward do you think chiropractic care, like how many times should we bring him in?
Well, in all reality, he's pretty much completely resolved at this point. So I would say with him, just as a maintenance thing, probably every 3 months, 4 months, something like that. Obviously,
Okay.
if there's an injury, you guys can always bring him in sooner. But these guys tend to be really conscientious of their bodies, as we know, except when their humans try to boost them up onto the refrigerator.
Yes.
If we can avoid that, and more or less, they take really good care of themselves. So they really don't need to be seen all that often. And most of the time, when you notice an injury with a cat, it's better to just get it taken care of quicker
Sure.
than later. And then when that's done, you're pretty much back to just maintaining. And
Sure.
it shouldn't be too difficult for this
Now,
guy.
I know some of our customers have been concerned with cats, bringing cats in just because maybe their cats are a little bit feisty. Obviously, Tango's been to the store quite often, so he's pretty low-key, and obviously you can tell he's enjoying his nice little massage he's getting and adding some fur to Dr. Cole's shirt here today. But if you have maybe a cat that's a little bit feistier, can you still deal with those and still do chiropractic care on them?
For sure. So it's really, we try to work with them to their comfort level. So obviously Tango's a really easygoing, comfortable cat, and it's a lot easier to work on him than others. What's nice about these guys, though, is I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes if you just scruff them, it makes it really easy, just like their moms would have done when they were little. It kind of makes them go into this freeze mode, and you can really work on them no problem. On that same token, a lot of cats are really great with their owners just kind of petting them too. So sometimes you get them that just don't really care to be manhandled, but in all reality, once they kind of sense that you're there to help them, it's a lot easier to work on them than not.
Good. So Dr. Cole is here this evening. She does have some availability, so if this is something you might be interested in, or maybe something happened over the holiday and you haven't been able to get to your clinic's office yet, give us a call and we can help you out. Otherwise, we do have Dr. Cole's here every Tuesday from 4 o'clock till 9 p.m. doing chiropractic appointments. Again, any questions, call the store, 248-548-3448. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Cole.
No problem.